Phil Spencer needs to step down.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing something different. I'm obviously late to this video as this video has been out for like 7 days or so, and I'm definitely not the first to cover this, but I wanted to give my own take on it. So, without further ado, let's get into the video.
I'm being dead ass right now. I'm being serious, okay? Because I came across this interview. He's at the Xbox interview, the Xbox podcast, and eventually the question arises, right? Given the big acquisition, the biggest in gaming history of Activision Blizzard, they're naturally asking, hey, what's next? Like, what's going to happen, in response to COD? What's going to happen with new games? What's going to happen with exclusives and stuff like that?
So in this podcast, they don't talk anything about exclusives. No one cares about Xbox exclusives at this point. It's all about Game Pass and what they're going to do with that. Every Xbox person that owns an Xbox knows that that's the only value to their system at this point. The Xbox Game Pass is the only value you get with the Series X, and that's why they're trying to make it the best it can be. They never once bring up exclusive in this podcast, so I don't know where he got that from.
Which is natural, right? I want people to understand this is a good thing. Exclusives are a good thing, okay? They're not bad. That doesn't mean it doesn't take anything away from another person. It's a good thing.
Honestly, I disagree. I think video game exclusives are fundamentally bad for the gaming industry, and I think they will forever be fundamentally bad for the gaming industry. They just gatekeep games from people that can't afford to buy multiple consoles. Or for kids that get gifted one, if your parents didn't get the right one, well, you're not playing Spider-Man, or you're not playing Halo. Or if your parents didn't know that your friend had this one, now you can't play with them. Unless the game is crossplay, but you get my point. It is really stupid, and I don't agree with it. I also think that maybe there's a little bit of privilege in people thinking exclusives are good for the gaming industry. If you have the money to go out and afford all those consoles, good for you. Many people do not.
Because I want you to understand the reason why you buy a Mercedes over a Honda, or a Honda over, I don't know, a Lincoln Navigator or a Ford truck, right? There are features and benefits that each of those vehicles has. What he is attempting to do is make all of them accessible to everyone. That is impossible.
Answer me this. If you remove exclusives from the PlayStation, what do you have? You have their subscription service. If you remove exclusives from the Xbox, what do you have? You have a subscription service. That is a good deal in my book. That is enough for probably quite a few people to go out and buy a console just for the subscription. But there's more you can do. You can make the game $50 on your system using your subscription service and make it $70 on Xbox. There's something that makes your system unique.
Okay? Not only is this dumb, but this is bad business practice.
No, it's not. It's Xbox trying to make you think that they care about you, when all they really do is care about money, and so does PlayStation. But it gives them some good faith with the community, so maybe they'll go out and buy the next one, or they'll buy the Game Pass subscription. They're just trying to make you think that they're for you, or get ready to cringe, they're for the gamers.
I don't know what to tell you. Listen to me when I say this. Competition is good. It is good, okay?
Which is completely true. And Xbox is, well, not in the game department, but in every other department, giving PlayStation some good competition. PlayStation wasn't going to do a Game Pass like subscription, but now they have. They weren't going to put their games on PC, but now they have. Maybe their games haven't been fantastic, but it just proves that PlayStation still feels threatened by Xbox, even though their games suck. It proves exclusives are not everything.
He comes out and says, well, I don't want to do any of that, all right? I don't want people to miss out. What on earth is he talking about? Miss out? What do you mean miss out? By the nature of the gaming industry, people are going to miss out.
But you shouldn't have to. But Phil Spencer really doesn't care either way. What Phil Spencer's trying to do is sell you something. He's running a business. And at the end of the day, that business is going to try to make money. All he's trying to do is get the goodwill of their fans, so that way they're trusted a little bit more. Outside of Redfall, he's done it pretty well. I've bought Game Pass for multiple months just because of the games on there. I do cancel it here or there because there's nothing I play, but it's a pretty good deal, and I back that completely.
Those who don't have a Nintendo Switch, they're going to miss out on, the next Bayonetta. People who don't have an Xbox, they're going to miss out on the next Gears of War. People who don't have a PlayStation 5, you're going to miss out on Spider-Man 2. That is how the world works.
It is, and it doesn't have to be that way, but it is the way the world works right now. He's going to get into the Xbox podcast. I'm going to skip that part because it's pretty boring. If you want to watch it yourself, I'll have it linked in the description. But I'm glad most people missed out on Spider Man 2. That game was not that good, and it was pushing an agenda at every turn and then didn't back it. It would remove it for like the Middle East with the LGBTQ stuff, and I just don't support that kind of stuff. If you're going to have it in the game, keep it in the game.
Him trying to say, well, I'm not going to do any exclusive content, no skins, no timed exclusives, none of that. And you can expect, as far as any type of games to come out in 2024, that's what we're looking at, probably on the back end of 2024. This is not good. This is some he's running Microsoft Gaming with some false sense, some misguided sense of moral high ground, where he's like, hey, we're not going to do what PlayStation would do because we're the good guys. We care about everybody. Listen, all this kumbaya, leave it for religion.
I'm going to be straightforward. You must not know what any company is about at the core, because any company wants to make money, and the way you do that is having the moral high ground. The way you do that is making people think that you're the good guys. They're more likely to spend money on you if you share their values. So, long story short is Microsoft doesn't care about you. They don't care about what you spend your money on as long as it has the Microsoft name on it. Which is why their products are on PC and other systems.
All right? That's what works good with religion. Kumbaya. When it comes to business, this is how you die. This is how you go night-night. And as we can see on every single metric to judge Xbox, it's behind. People want to praise Xbox Game Pass. It's behind. The sales are low. As far as gathering new people to Xbox Game Pass are on the decline.
Which is completely fair and completely true, but it's not because of Microsoft's business model of no exclusives. It's because they don't put out any products. If Microsoft had 5 exclusives every 2 years, then Game Pass would be absolutely getting more subscriptions. But they're not. And that is where Phil Spencer has failed.
They're raising the prices. That's one of the benefits of Xbox Game Pass. Hey, you get to play our exclusives, but with the Game Pass, you can play them instead of paying $80. You can just pay $16.99 a month and get access to it. But the thing is, unless you are a fan of indie developers, you're not even getting the benefit of Xbox Game Pass because Xbox is not producing any noteworthy exclusives. What are we talking about? Are you guys really excited to play Redfall? Think about this, okay? Competition is good. He is damaging the entire Xbox legacy at this point.
If anything, I'd say he saved the Xbox legacy. He's just got to put out more product. If he can find a way to make his studios actually productive, then he's saved Xbox. People forget that before Phil Spencer came on, the Xbox One was an absolute disaster. I'd say he's brought them back from some pretty low lows. Now he's just got to get the studios actually making games.
It's not a good thing. You've damaged as far as Gears. Where's Gears? They have just rode Gears into dust. Okay? Into dust. I love Gears of War. I love that franchise. They have driven that into the ground. Halo Infinite, driven that into the ground. Whether exclusive. And then they give you Redfall, driven that into the ground. Starfield, driven that, well, that was already at the ground. Okay, I don't know why people are coping, talking about, oh, it's the game of the generation. Listen, this isn't good. And the reason why this isn't good, because you want to know why? For a PlayStation fan, this isn't good for me. Because what happens is, when there is no competition, things start to get ugly.
I agree. If there is no competition, any industry will get ugly. However, the gaming industry just isn't Xbox and PlayStation isn't just competing with Xbox. Nintendo is still a big threat to PlayStation. PC is still a big threat to PlayStation. Indie developers are still a big threat to PlayStation. A bunch of other things I can go on about, but you get my point. It isn't just Xbox that is the competition for Sony. And Sony really has started to lack on a lot of their exclusives. But it doesn't matter because people that fanboy PlayStation will buy those games no matter what, will buy their system no matter what. It isn't Xbox that needs to be competition to PlayStation. The consumers need to hold the company liable for the bad products it puts out. But instead, we don't really do that. We can't just expect Xbox to be competition. You have to, well, speak with your wallet and tell these companies what you want and what you don't. At the end of the day, all they care about is how much money they're making. And if PlayStation starts seeing a dip, they will make a change.
They get real ugly, where a company starts treating their fan base or their customers with a sense of flippant behavior because they know you have nowhere else to go, right? That's what you have to understand. So it benefits me if Xbox is on their game. If Xbox is putting out exclusives, I don't mind as far as Xbox having exclusive content with Call of Duty. What is the reason for the acquisition then? Huh?
They didn't buy Activision Blizzard for, well, Call of Duty. They bought them pretty openly for their mobile division with King. And if you watch this podcast and even gave it the little bit of attention, they bring it up multiple times. Phil Spencer bought this company for their mobile division. He wanted to expand their mobile department because Game Pass is also on mobile. So if they can throw mobile games on Game Pass, give you some extra stuff, push Game Pass some more, they will meet the numbers they want to meet. The fact of the matter is, the mobile department is the biggest gaming department right now. It makes money. So Phil Spencer wants some of that money. And to add on top of that, Call of Duty Mobile is one of the biggest mobile games out right now.
That doesn't make any sense. You spend the billions of dollars to get this acquisition and then you don't leverage it for sales of your console? How does this make sense to anyone? Because it doesn't to me. From a business perspective, this is foolishness. Okay? This is actual mental retardation what he is doing. You spend all this money, right? All this money to get this acquisition, and then you don't even leverage the acquisition for the benefit of your players. He's trying to play kumbaya for everyone. No one else is doing that. When you are trying to worry about everyone else, while everyone else is worrying about themselves, you are always going to lose. You are always going to be in last place. Nintendo is not saying that. Nintendo, you wonder who Nintendo is worried about? People who have the Nintendo Switch. That is who Nintendo is worried about. You want to know who PlayStation is worried about? People who have a PlayStation 5. That is who PlayStation is worried about. Do you want to know who Xbox is worried about? Everyone else except Xbox players.
Actually, all of those companies don't care about anything you just named. All they care about is if you have a wallet that you can hand them. Just like Nintendo has a mobile division that's outside of the Nintendo Switch. They recognize how big that mobile division could be. It isn't just about the console. They don't care about that. They care about money. And if you have a credit card that you can give them, you know damn well they're going to take that credit card. That'll do it for me. I really have nothing else to say on this guy's video. The rest of the video is just about 3-4 minutes of him repeating himself. If you want to check out his video, link in the description. If you want to check out his channel, link in the description. If you want to check out the guy that gave me the idea for this video, link in the description. And that'll do it for me. I will try to get these out weekly, possibly daily, but I don't think I will be able to do that. And outside of that, all of my other social medias link in the description. Please like, subscribe if you enjoyed. I'm out.